Hello everybody, I was just getting ready to base some miniatures, and I thought I would share with you a technique that I use that I think will save you a lot of time and effort. I use this really great product. It's by Liquitex, called acrylic mediums. In this case, resin sand is what I use. I think it's about $11 if you buy it online. You can usually also get it from some of your big box hobby and craft stores. I'm going to be using quite a bit because I'm going to be doing a whole big unit worth of miniatures, and so I'm gooping it out with a little tongue depressor here. So what you can see is that there's this is an acrylic water-based medium. So this is basically like, you know, liquid plastic, but it's got these lovely little grains already built into it. So what most people do would take a miniature like this. I've got him based on a washer because that's how I store my miniatures. And so they would take something to fill in around the base first, and then usually after that dries, and they'd come back in, put some glue down with some sand or other basing material, let that dry, and then come back in and paint it, add flock. So what I do, goop out a little bit of this stuff. I take a dark color like this brown. These great craft paints are great for this because they don't have to be too wonderful. And I just mix them up here. Doop, doop, doop. And don't even have to be really that good with it. Get it all mixed up. This stuff stays pretty wet for a while, so you don't have to worry about it. I can do quite a few miniatures with this. I take this brush that's seen better days specifically for this. It's pretty chewed up, and I'll just take some and I'll gunk it out in here, putting it between his feet, you know, whatever. You can use a smaller brush, but I wouldn't use a brush that you care about. So what's happening here is I can actually put it on here pretty thick in some of the spots, and it will fill in those gaps. So I'm saving a step there. I'm also saving a step with the initial base coat. So that guy has now been gooped up, and when he is dry, it will look something like this. So you can see it dried the same, a little bit darker actually in the color that I had. And I can go back in now. Now it'll have to take you'll have to dry it overnight, but I can go in with a lighter color now and do some dry brushing on it. Just kind of dragging my brush. This guy obviously hasn't been painted, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how it goes. It goes really quickly because I'm just dragging the brush across here, going around the edge. And you could add, while this is still wet, you can add like larger little rocks and stuff in there too, and to give you a little variegated. And this, you can use any color for this base color. I'm just using this particular one because that's how I want it to look. But you can go in, I've done it with gray. Gives you some, you know, ruined building kind of look. But so after that dries really quickly, then you'll have something like that. You can come in with a lighter color again, then you sort of dry brush it here a little bit. Dun dun dun. Goes really quick. Get the edges real good. Then you can come back in after that dries, and that'll dry really quick. Then you just come in and you hit them, You add some of your flocking, some of your little bushes and stuff like that, and you're all ready to go. So saves you a bunch of time on your basing. It works at any scale, goes really quick. The only time that you'll be waiting around is waiting for it to dry. So hopefully that helped. Again, I know there's some new products that are coming out that are like this right now, but Liquitex resin sand, part of their acrylic mediums, there's all kinds of different different levels of texture you can get, and you'll want to experiment and have some fun. Hope that helps.